We're live. We're live.
We're
We're
live.
live. Your
We're
coffee
live.
smells good, actually. Is that the caramel one?
No, this is actually a vanilla something.
It smells good. It's not going to kill me. I appreciate it.
Vanilla something.
Well,
You bought it,
I know
think.
I bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought
So,
it.
good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful morning already. This is Wednesday, the middle of the work week. Time to count our costs, see how we're doing, and we got a good show today.
Today's show is what advice would you give to your 21-year-old self?
Think back to when you were 21. Young and dumb and full of, you know what they say.
I am. Thank you for not saying it.
But you're young and you're dumb at 21. You're so dumb at 21. But now that you're at the age that you're at now that you're 40, now that you're 50, now that you're 55, now that you're 60, you have gained some wisdom. And if it were a way that you could go back and speak to the person that you were at age 21, what would you say to that person?
What would you say?
What advice would you give them? What counsel would you give them? What would you say?
We're going to talk about it right back after these messages.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning. Hey, Barbara. Thank you for joining this morning. What advice would you give to your 21-year-old self?
Yes. I made some. I got mine here. Woo-wee.
What would you say?
What would I say to my 21-year-old self? I made a list of 9 things I would implore and preach and teach to young Brian McNeill.
Okay. I can think of some things that I might say to my 21-year-old self.
Me too. I got a list. Okay. Let me put the volumes down so that we won't get that annoying ping anymore.
Barbara said, I would say listen to experienced people.
Amazingly good advice. So many young people go left when they wouldn't go right because they wouldn't take the counsel of someone older, or they didn't even seek out any mentorship, any questions or anything.
Hey, Dr. Deborah, we missed you, sister.
Dr. Deborah, this is a show that I think we like doing. We've done this show before, but we like doing this show, and I want yours too. And I made a list today of Dr. Deborah. Now think about the person you were. Sister Barbara, think about the person you were at 21, because you might have been that stable 21-year-old, or you might have been that nutty, goofy 21-year-old. Who knows? But think about who you were at age 21. What advice would you go back and tell yourself? The first thing, I wrote a list of 9. The first thing on my list was, at 21 years, I would implore young Brian McNeill to learn to save and invest money in a fun way. It seemed like so arduous and so limiting, the idea of saving money back then. It was going to compromise my fun. Can't do that. But I would have him learn how to enjoy the saving and still have just as much fun as he did. That's number 1 on my list.
Hey, Shirley. I don't think I share that one anymore.
Okay.
And I think I told you why. Because I was a very arduous saver.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost a lot of money while saving conservatively and consistently twice.
What a great lesson that was. Lisa had 2 painful experiences where she did everything right. Saved money, put it in 401k. Twice. And through no fault of her own, all that money was taken from her, lost. And one time it was $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
$250,000. Imagine one day you think you have $250,000 in reserve. So when you stop working here, you got that money coming to you.
And the next day you don't.
How painful that must be.
And then to work to put it back together and to lose it again after $150,000.
So my first bit of advice, I can certainly see why Lisa wouldn't hold that anymore, because she's
Yeah.
had two painful experiences. She probably would think of it differently.
And yeah, I would think of it differently. I
Like you
would
might say, enjoy your money.
enjoy it.
Enjoy your money.
Enjoy it.
Advice. Good morning, Sister Shirley D. Jeanette White. How you doing? Yeah, she said, so sorry, Lisa. And you know, one of the saddest parts, that's sad enough it happened to Lisa, but she ain't the only one that's happened to.
No.
Everyone in our company had that happen to them.
Mm-hmm. Everyone. And we were expected to come back to work the next day as if everything.
I would have came back the next day, but it wouldn't have been the same. I would have been pissed. I would have been angry. I would have been causing problems. They would have wanted to send me home.
Well, that's why there's a separation between your job and your 401k. That's why the job doesn't hold the 401k. So they could all act like it wasn't me.
Yeah. If I had to go back to my 21-year-old self, the second bit of advice I would give him is think about retirement. Think about you living 20 years past when you're working. I would have my person to start thinking about that. Think about how you want to live your life when you're not working. You're still going to have to eat every day. You're still going to need to maintain a household. You're still going to have to pay bills. Think about that and put plans in place starting now for that time of your life. God willing, you will have retirement years. Think about that. That's the second bit of advice I wrote down this morning that I would tell my 21-year-old self.
Amen. Dr. Deborah said I would tell myself a job
is not the only way. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I've said it publicly. I don't want my children. I do want, let me put it in positive phraseology. I do want my children to earn money based upon their own unique collection of gifts, skills, and talents. I want them to earn money based upon where their passions go, and I want them to do it under their own umbrella. That's what I want for them.
Good morning, Tamika. Tamika, she says, good morning, Empowerment Duo. I would tell myself to stay pretty, stay smart, make smart investments, and seek a life coach.
Amen. What great counsel she would tell her 21-year-old self.
Absolutely.
Well, we know you stayed pretty. We know you stayed smart, but you would make smart investments and seek a life coach at age 21.
Awesome.
The third thing on my list, I'm going to keep plowing through them. The third thing on my list was think of ways to earn without your presence. Think of ways to earn money without you having to put your hand on it. You know, is there something that you can have that generates money? Maybe a store for you, like an e-commerce store today. They didn't have e-commerce in the early 90s when I was that age, but they do now. Okay. Yes. Maybe a store, maybe books that you can have selling on their own, maybe anything that can be self-generating income. And there are some ways, right?
Hey, Nene, how you doing?
Michelle Bo, good morning to you. How you doing?
She says, good morning, Miss Shirley. And Dr. Deborah says, yes, Brian, retirement. For some reason at 21, I never really thought about the days after working.
Yes,
Why would we?
But did you ever have anybody speak that into you at age 21? That's what I'm saying. No one, and not only did you have anybody speak that to you, would you have listened back then? I probably wouldn't have listened, but if I could, I'd go back and speak that. And I didn't have anybody speak it into my life, okay?
Amen. Nene says, how are you guys?
Hello.
We're great. How are you? We missed you around here. I hope you've been doing well.
We do hope you've been doing well. The third thing I said was think of ways to earn without your presence. The fourth thing on my list was to live out loud. What I mean by live out loud is to say what's on your mind. Let the world know your thoughts and experiences. Speak publicly. Be a thought leader at that time. Share your experiences. Don't keep your testimonies to yourself. That's what I would have told young Brian McNeill. Live out loud.
I definitely agree with standing and telling your truth. But I am sort of on the fence about just the phraseology live out loud. I feel like the 21-year-olds, even myself at 21, we did live out loud. We had come to a point, I think 21, well, it was much earlier for me, but I think at 21 was definitely that, you know what, I'm grown. You don't have to tell me nothing. what I'm doing is my business,
Yeah.
and that type of thing.
It's my body. I do what I want.
Amen. Nene said, been going through some things. Love Miss Shirley. She checked on me. Oh, thank you, Miss Shirley, for checking on my cousin.
Thank you, Miss Shirley.
I appreciate it.
But you know, that doesn't surprise me because that's the kind of person Miss Shirley is. She will check on you, especially if she's fully embraced Edie, her empowerment family, her empowerment duo family. The people on here that Miss Shirley sees and she can be supportive of, she's gonna. Thank you, Miss Shirley Dejanette Wyatt.
Absolutely. Number 5.
Before we leave number 4, I saw the post I sent you today as a template. One of the things he says was, tell the world what you're going to do, but do it first. Okay, don't let people know what you're going to do, but do it first. Oh, there was like a list of things to do in silence. Your big move, your big plan, and all that kind of stuff. And I think I might have messed up already, especially the last couple of days. I've told the world some of my big plans before I did it. That could be a mistake. But life is a series of mistakes and how we deal with them. Life is a series of mistakes and surprises. We need to learn how to embrace them and move on with them. So let's go with number 5.
Number 5.
On my list was never stop playing basketball. The reason why I put it that way was basketball was my sport of choice, or never stop playing whatever your sport of choice is, even past 21, past 25, 30. If you're a softball player, if you're a tennis player, if you're a golfer, whatever your sport of choice is, if you didn't have a sport, I encourage you to get one because we need hobbies that contribute to our physical health as well. We need a few types of hobbies. One of them is one that contributes to our physical health. One is a hobby that helps with our learning. Another hobby is just to detach kind of hobby that we can take it ourselves away from everything else. But the physical hobby is an important one too. I broke my knee in age 26 and I rehabbed my knee in about a year's time, but I stopped playing basketball. I could have kept playing and my body would be more grateful. I wouldn't have to play as vigorously. I wouldn't be trying to jump out of the gym. I'd be playing old folk style, but I would have kept my body moving and kept my body playing basketball. Whatever your sport of choice is.
That's right. Nene says, no one could tell us nothing back in the 80s. LOL. That's right. Back in the 80s. I don't even want to think about 80s. That's like, first of all, it's a whole other millennium. Like 1980. My goodness.
And my every night when I go to get ready for bed, I go to my bathroom because Lisa don't let me share the bathroom that's in the room. But I go to my bathroom and I put on stand-up comedy as I brush my teeth, take out my contact lenses if I'm wearing them, get ready for my shower. And I put on a Mike Epps comedy show on Netflix last night. And he was like doing his warm-up. And he said in the early jokes, it was like, okay, where's all my people that was born in the 60s? Hey, you born in your 60s? Make some noise. People that was born in the 60s all clapped. He goes, man, we at y'all bedtime, aren't we? I know y'all sleepy as a mug, right?
For real.
So then he went to 70s. There were people born in the 70s, and he had a joke for them too. But when he got to the people born in the 80s, he said, you crackhead mothers such and such. And then when he got to the people born in the 90s, y'all can't have.
I can't.
It was F's. He said, y'all can't have sex, but he used the F word. Y'all can't fight. Y'all can't cook. Y'all can't do anything but such and such. He was slamming the people born in the 90s. But it was hilarious the way he did it. So anyway, I thought it was hilarious.
Nene said he is hilarious. He is hilarious.
Number 6 on my list of things I would tell my young 21-year-old Brian McNeill was watch less television. Watch less television. Limit your television, young Brian McNeill. You are wasting life that way.
Barbara said, reading is my hobby. I love reading others' stories. Amen.
Amen. There's a certain people that like to read biographies, for example. She likes to read other people's stories. People that like to read biographies, particularly biographies of people that have achieved a level of success in some area, whether it's in entertainment, became a great actress, or a great business person, or a great athlete. People that tell that story, well, it does a lot of good things for your subconscious mind. And it even helps your health when you're reading about people that have overcome great odds and achieve stuff. It helps infuse your brain with the possibility of that. Yep.
That's right. That's right.
But I would tell myself to watch less television. Why watch any sitcom ever? It doesn't help anything. Other than football, you don't need to watch it because you got to watch football. Number 7 on my list of things I would tell young Brian McNeill is to let go faster. Let go faster. I've had certain jobs and certain businesses that I hung on to well past the time I should have let go. It had gotten miserable for me. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for them, but I held on to it anyway because I didn't know enough in my young 20s to let go. I would tell young Brian, learn to let go faster.
Now, reading, Shirley says, reading used to be my hobby. And Nichelle said, or Nini says, basketball. Basketball used to be her hobby.
It still could be because we know people in their senior years that still play. They don't play like they played in their 20s, but they're moving. The point is to get your body in motion.
I don't know about basketball.
It don't have to be your sport, but that was mine.
I played basketball.
It don't have to be your sport, baby. It could be a different sport, okay? People that say they played basketball like that probably couldn't play. I understand.
I did.
So number 7 was to let go of things faster.
Yeah.
Even relationships almost. I'm gonna say that with a double-edged sword. This is my final marriage. This is my third and final marriage, and all 3 of my wives were amazing. All 3 of them were unique and amazing and beneficial to me in lots of ways. My first marriage, I got my first 2 children. My second marriage, I got my youngest son plus 2 bonus babies. Third marriage, I got it right. I got Lisa. Okay, but all of them were great. All of them were beneficial. But my first marriage, we stayed married for 8 years. In the last 5 years, we were miserable. We made each other miserable. We didn't like each other. We should have let go. We didn't have to spend 5 years of misery with each other.
Wow, that's a lot of years.
Yeah, it was 5 of both of us were happy when the other one wasn't there. Okay, so in our household, yes, but we live and learn. So if I had advice, let go faster. That was number 7 on my list. Number 8. I would implore young Brian McNeill to believe in and go for quality experiences, restaurants, and travel first class. Believe in going to the finer restaurant. Believe in going to the expensive concert and sitting up front. Believe in those things, the quality of life. Believe in spending an extra $100 to have more fun or have a better experience. Believe in traveling first class. I would implore that to young Brian McNeill. The kind of people who only settle, this is what I've learned in my life because I haven't always been this person, who settle for first class, get first class. The kind of people that don't want to travel unless it's the right way. Those people travel better. I would implore young Brian to believe in and go for quality experiences despite the money. How do you feel about that thought?
I think there's definitely a place for it. I actually, as I reminisce fondly, just thinking about what could have been done. Hey, ERGJ in the building.
He's in the building.
Would have been taking those treks. Like before I was encumbered with responsibilities, could I have been a little bit more industrious or not
adventurous?
Adventurous is the word.
And take a year off to go find yourself. I'm sorry,
go
that
to
makes
another
me laugh.
country.
That makes
go
me laugh.
to another, to do some things that after responsibility is just not as easy. Responsible.
Yep. But talk to you, man. It's your boy in the building. ERGJ, good morning. We're talking about if you could go back and give advice in such a way that penetrated your hard-headed 21-year-old self. What would you have told your 21-year-old self? We're going through my list of 9, and I just made it up this morning. We're going through the first 8. The first one on my list was learn to save and invest in a fun way. The second on my list was to think about retirement. The third one was think of ways to earn without your presence.
Mm.
Think of ways to earn money without your presence. Number 4 would be to live out loud. Don't couch or hold back your testimony. Share it. Number 5 was to never stop playing basketball or your sport of choice. Number 6 was to watch less television. Number 7 was to let go faster. Let go of things, let go of situations faster than you had been. Number 8 on my list was to believe in and go for quality experiences.
Right.
Restaurants and travel first class. Now, I said go for it. That don't mean you always have to only travel that way.
Right. But that could be the objective.
But the plane coach passengers get there the same time as first class passengers. But when you can fly first class, do it. Okay. Number 9 on my list.
Number 9.
I would implore young Brian McNeill to get this, that clothes matter. Your clothing matters. Maintain a fresh and high quality wardrobe. Maintain a fresh and high quality wardrobe. There have been many doors that have opened to me. There have been many. So think about this now. When you're out in public, 80 to 90% of your skin is covered up. Mm-hmm. Your face is exposed. Your hand is exposed.
Not so much anymore.
Right. For some people, their face is exposed, but a lot of people it's not. But most of you is covered up when you leave the home. So what you wear matters. People is not fair, but we all do it. We judge a book by its cover. If that person has on a business suit that fits their body well, versus the person that's wearing the laundry, the clothing that obviously just came out the laundry bag. And I've worn them both, probably the same day. Okay.
We're going to hear a word from the man of wisdom.
Well, let's set it up. Yes.
Brother.
This is Wednesday. We're going to do Wednesday up to 5 minutes of wisdom from Brother Mark Greer. He submitted, maybe 6, 7, 8 of them so far to us last week. He had the week off. So today he submitted again. We're looking forward to what he has to say. But before we play it, let's see what Dr. Beverly says.
She says, good morning, my beautiful family. Advice to my 21-year-old self. Run like hell and don't look back. Travel and visit different cultures. Go to Egypt and learn. Keep running and don't turn back.
Amen.
Amen.
Dr. Demer says, pay attention to my health early.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. Miss Phyllis is on the train. Good morning on the train. Brother Craig said,
good morning, everyone, and have a great day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. I also love Mr. Z, who I work with in the morning, listening with us. Hey, amen. Good morning, Mr. Z.
Good morning, Mr. Z.
Empowerment Duo family, say hello to Mr. Z. Well, hello,
say
Mr.
hello
Z.
to Mr. Z. And thank you, Brother Craig, for sharing this show with your friend, Mr. Z. So we're going to hear from Brother Mark Greer.
Right now, here we go.
Good morning to you, Empowerment Duo family. Welcome to this edition of Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Mark Greer, and I have a message for you this morning that's comprised of 2 simple words. Be you. That's all. Nothing else. Just be you. Let me tell you where that comes from. In my lifetime, people have told me that they thought I was arrogant. They thought I was conceited. They thought I had an attitude. And every so often, to amuse myself, I'll respond to them by saying, no, you're wrong. What you perceived as an attitude was a spirit of gratefulness for who I am and what was put in me. What you thought was arrogance was really confidence. And what you thought was conceit was an unshakable belief in who I am. And I'll then thank them for focusing on little old me, because their life seems to be in so much turmoil, they don't want to look at their own shortcomings. So it's easier to focus on someone else, to say something is wrong with them, as opposed to what do I need to do to elevate myself. So why am I saying that to you? As you go through your daily life, people that you know and people that you don't know, behind your back, behind the scenes, may be talking about you and telling people you're a certain way. They should be more like this. And there are some people out there who would take those suggestions and try to change themselves in order to appease other people. failing to realize they're playing a big role in their own unhappiness. So what I am encouraging each of you strongly to do is just be you and understand that you are fine just the way that you are. You were put here just to be you. You would never be anything else in this life other than yourself. Your job is to be the best version of who you are every single day. Not everyone's going to appreciate it. Not everyone is going to like it. But ladies and gentlemen, you have got to love it. You, in fact, have to love yourself more than you like anybody else. And for those people who can't get with you, who don't understand, who can't find the uniqueness and the greatness that is in you, refuse to see it. You don't succumb to their views. If they can't rise to your level, you better not lower yourself to theirs. Just be you. Every second of every minute of every hour of every day of your life, because that is the only way you're truly going to be happy. Because when you are so locked in on who you are and you're unafraid to be that every single day, the world's going to come at you. But you see, when you're locked in, when your foundation is strong, you become not only yourself, but you are unshakable, you're unmovable, you're unbreakable. And no matter what the world throws at you, you stand your ground, you stand tall, and you face it head on. Because there is nothing externally that can deal with the God that you have internally. And if someone comes your way, you hold your ground and then you put them down. Just be you. The Creator put you here to be only that. Do that and do it proudly. That's all I have for you, everybody. As always, stay blessed, be a blessing. Most importantly, be you. We'll talk to you again soon. Peace.
Love that message.
Share.
Whoa.
Brother Mark, you said that.
He inspired me. You know, I might have thought I was being me, but I'm inspired to be me even more.
Be more you?
Even be more of me than I have been because of his inspiring word today.
Wow.
Did y'all get as much out of that word as I did? I hope you got something out of that. Craig, I hope you got something out of that. Craig and Mr. Z. Mr. Z said hello to everybody.
Hello,
I hope y'all got
back
something
to
out
you
of
again.
Mark Greer's submission. Shirley, I hope you got something out of
Shirley
that too.
Says, thank you, Dr. Mark Greer. Hello, he then got elevated to the position of doctor.
Barbara Mosley loves it as well.
Love it.
I loved it too. He started off, you thought he was going to be soft with it. Oh no, he hit you right between the eyes with this message. 2 words. Be you. That's it. But boy, did he build the case. You know, when you're trying to be somebody else, you're not going to be happy. The only way, he hit you in the face with the only way you can truly be happy is to be you. That's it.
Absolutely. Dr. Deborah says, another good word, Brother Mark. Thank you. That's another thing to tell my 21-year-old self.
Be you.
Absolutely.
I used to eschew that, Dr. Deborah, when people said be who you really are or be you. When you tell that to teenagers, I thought it was a problem when you tell it to young people because they don't know who they are yet. So I was like, why would you tell them something that they can't do? You know, didn't you and I have that conversation before too? I used to have a problem with telling be who you are, telling young people because they don't know yet. Why would you tell a 15-year-old to be you? He don't know yet. So, but I still kind of lean that way. You can help them to discover who they really are. Mark, yeah, of course. 9:30 is the time. Lisa's on it too, Brother Craig, but we don't mind your reminder. We don't mind that at all.
Absolutely.
Show topic today was, Craig, the show topic today, and Mr. Z, if you could go back, what advice would you give your 21-year-old self? Think about who you were at 21. You're hard-headed, know everything self, don't have to listen to nobody. If you could penetrate that mind, and what would you tell your 21-year-old self based on what life has taught you up to this point?
He says, doing my part.
Amen.
LOL.
Amen.
Actually, this quote for today is coming from the Imagination book by Keisha Dixon. And this quote is actually one from you to you.
Okay.
Never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination. And never limit others because of your own limited imagination.
That's amazing word. Read it again, baby.
Never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination.
Stop right there. We do sometimes. We have this lofty idea that we imagined of something to do, go, be, or have. And we tell it to someone, and then they poke holes in it, and then it makes your big imagination smaller and smaller and smaller until there's nothing left. But the quote is to never limit yourself because of others' limited imagination. And the converse
is never limit others because of your own limited imagination.
There's a reason why our Creator gave that person or gave you that thing. It wasn't a conference call.
Absolutely.
Okay. It was specifically for that person. God put that in their spirit to imagine. And sometimes we can't see other people's visions, but it ain't ours. We ain't going to see it.
Absolutely. The book is called Intention. I know you can't see it. It's a beautiful cover. There we go. It's a beautiful cover. It's very soft pink and gold. It's called Intention.
Yeah.
Command Your Day, 90 Days of Abundance and Manifestation.
By Miss Keisha Dixon.
By Miss Keisha Dixon.
Dr. Deborah says, many times I used to dummy myself down when I was younger. I'm sure that I missed some good opportunities trying to fit in with the crowd. Yeah, and I'm sure you have too. And guess who else did too? Everybody. Me too. Yeah. Absolutely. Sister Shirley says.
What gave you the name of the book.
Yeah.
And again, it's by Keisha Dixon.
My former client out.
That's right. And published through Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia.
My wife out.
And Craig said, Mr. Z said, stick with what you believe in and don't give up. That's exactly it.
Yes.
Believe in yourself as I believe in you.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
That was on the Wiz.
That's right. Yeah, stick with what you believe in and don't give up. Amazing things happen when you stick with something. When you stick with something past the point where others would have normally let go. Mm-hmm. This is where magic happens. You know, when you stick with something past the point when others have let go, what happens is the people that was poking holes in it, a lot of them start to come back around. Okay. And now they want to help you. Okay. Because you stuck to it. You've been doing it long enough that they see you kind of like passed the test. You crossed your barrier reef almost.
Barrier reef.
I knew you was going to do that. You crossed the block when you stick to something past the point when others are let go. Most people will stop after they fail at it once or twice. Okay, that's when most people quit. After about the second failure, this ain't for me. Apparently, I can't do this. But champions will stick with it the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth try to get it right. You know,
Brother Bark got a quote up there. Nene said, "You gotta do your Bark voice."
Okay.
LOL.
Oh Lord, here I go. Here I go again. I'm gonna read it from my phone if I can. Or at least it's on one. Where is it? Okay. Oh man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, here I got it. No, I don't. I wasn't on. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this in my Mark voice per the request from who?
Nene.
Nene requested this in my Mark voice. Okay. It said, when you're not, be authentic.
Being authentic.
When you're not being authentic. When you're not being yourself. When you are not reveling in who and what you truly are, you are diminishing what God has put in you. You have been put here because the world cried out that it needed something else. It desperately craved something more. God sent the world you. Just be you. I read that in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer.
Absolutely.
And I hope I did it justice.
But that is a double down on just be you. I'm telling you, what's interesting is even though this is a mantra of Brother William Brown.
And it's not unfamiliar.
It's not an unfamiliar mantra, but it's now being presented from a different perspective and the same perspective at the same time. I say that to say there's so many times there are many times where you say, "Oh, I'm not going to do this because somebody else is doing it. I'm not going to do this because somebody else is doing it
like you."
Nobody can do it like you. If you walk down the bread aisle, the soda aisle, there are so many different types.
Think about that.
Because there are so many different perspectives.
Yeah, other people say, you know what? Wonder Bread's already on this shelf. Why bother? They already have a bread. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. We got to have Merita on here too. We got to have Nature's Own on here too. What if they don't want that? Maybe they want wheat. Maybe they want pumpernickel. Maybe they want, there's a lot of varieties of it. But basically, they're all a bread.
That's right. And you're the only one that can bring your variety.
Yeah. Brother Mark, you brought it today, man. We really, really enjoyed your message. You inspired us all.
That's right, Didi. She said it's too much work to be someone else. Thank you very much.
Work to be someone. If you tried to be someone else, at best you're going to be a poor imitation.
Absolutely.
And you won't be happy. Brother Mark says, you're getting pretty good there, bruh.
We definitely miss Brother Mark, but he was off celebrating his mother, getting some time off. We all deserve some time to just be.
Let me tell you,
we appreciate that.
Last night we had the men's meeting, and Mark is a regular in the men's meeting. William Brown is too. But the last night's men's meeting was so inspiring and real and raw at the same time. We talked about our mothers, our relationships with our mothers. Mark had a wonderful submission. William Brown did too. Everyone contributed in the room. And it was another amazing church experience. I'm saying that now because, ladies, you may know of a man or in your circle, a man or even a teenage man
who needs men,
who would be benefited greatly by an association of other men. I encourage you to encourage them. Not just
random other men.
Right. No, these are amazing guys. Boy, last night, I was looking in our room last night, lady. We had wealth in the room. We had people, successful business people, successful speakers, successful just men in the community. We had a wonderful collection of high quality men willing to love on and support each other. You know, I mean, from different parts of the country too. It was amazing. It was amazing.
I'll ask you off camera.
Okay. But probably yes, whatever you want to say. What is that? She says, so being you is the best option. Barbara Mosley says,
everyone is different and does things different.
There might be a million people that do what you do, but no one do it like you.
Michelle goes on to say, everyone is different, but when you're trying to be someone that you're not, that's extra work. So focus on just being you and your beautiful self that God created, and you will have less drama.
Let me tell you something. I'm a sales coach. I teach people how to sell themselves and their services. And every now and then I run across somebody who says, I can never be a good salesperson because I'm not so outgoing, or I don't have the gift of gab, or I'm not a fast talker. And I've said this for 25, 30 years, and it's still true today. Any type of person can outsell any type of person. Okay, the quiet, reserved person can outsell the gregarious, loud talker. The fast talker and the slow talker can outsell the fast talker. The organized person can outsell the disorganized person. But whatever is true to you, long as you maintain your authenticity, like Brother Mark was speaking on today.
Absolutely.
If you maintain who you really are and work with integrity and a system, you can win by being who you are. Note how I worded that, probably inadvertent genius. If you work with integrity, that means integrity to who you are, yourself, who you really are, Work like that, and you can win.
That's right.
William Brown,
Hey,
we shouted you out a
William
couple of
Brown.
times today, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
William Brown.
Please go back and watch the replay. If you missed Brother Mark Greer's Wisdom Wednesday segment, we always appreciate his submissions. And today's submission was Be You.
And it was done in such an inspiring way. Thank you again, William Brown. Your closing thought last night at the men's meeting was amazing. I talked to my wife about it, and I just loved it so much, Bill. Thank you very much.
Shirley, that's right. You always win. We win when you are yourself.
Yes. William Brown, go be you. His mantra is
so go be.
There's only one of you, so go be you. Dr. Seuss says, you are you, and that's truer than true. There's no one more youer than you. Okay? Be you.
William Brown said, I will have to watch the replay. You should.
This replay is a gift you give yourself.
Absolutely.
Mark came on around the 9:20 mark.
9:20, yep.
Yep. But Bill, I'm telling you, you owe it to yourself to not only watch it again, but share his word. Share Mark's word, y'all.
Absolutely. We hope that you enjoyed that segment. I was glad it was back again. When it came in, I was like, yes, we got another one.
I know we only missed 1 week of Wednesday with Mark.
1 week, but it felt like an eternity.
So long ago.
It felt like an eternity.
Oh, we missed you, Mark, and he came back in with a bang. Sometimes people, when they're gone, they come back in with a whimper. Yeah, not with a whimper this time. Oh, no. He came in with a bang. It's now 9:40. Y'all know what we do around 9:40, 9:42, somewhere in that range. Dr. Deborah, are you still around, Mama? Okay. I know Mr. Z is with Craig. We got another minute. Are you watching this show with any of your peeps? Let us know so we could say hello to your peeps as well. Yesterday, Dr. Deborah had a mom on. Today, Craig's got his friend, Mr. Z, watching us. We're getting ready to do our greeting songs and our greeting logos.
Absolutely. My cousin is back in the building. I'm grateful for that.
Mimi's back in the building. Talk to me, man. Talk to your man. It's your boy in the building. That's ERGJ, and that's doing Jay-Z. What we're about to do is what we call our greeting songs and greeting logos. It's our way of saying thank you for those of you who are consistent contributors to the show. Saying anything is a contribution. Who've been rocking with the show for a while. The show's been going on since October of when? 2016. Yes, Monday through Friday since October of 2016. Yesterday on the show we had, I know, was one of the first people on here. Damone DeBrew was in here yesterday.
Yeah.
So Monday through Friday since October 2016, we're in our 7th year. Lisa has sat on my left with my arm around her just like this, and we have addressed the camera and talked to folks just like you for 7 years now. And some of you guys have been rocking with us for years, like
Damone DeBrew,
but also typically the first person in the room.
Miss Phyllis is usually the first person.
Yes.
But she's on the train today, so she was possibly in between stations when she got on the show, but we appreciate that.
She's been with us at least 6 years.
Barbara has a Barbara's here, Barbara cooks there. I can't remember what we're supposed to say for Barbara.
Barbara cooks here, Barbara cooks there, Barbara cooks everywhere. Barbara Mosley.
Good morning to you and Dr. Deborah, healing trauma and deliverance coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah.
Hey,
Shirley DeJarnette. Wyatt will rock you. Shirley DeJarnette. Wyatt will rock you. That's our lady, Shirley DeJarnette Wyatt. Good morning to you, Miss Tamika. And it's Tamika. She's walking in her destiny, the only one for me. Her name's Tamika. That's our girl there. Sister.
Hey, Nene, Nichelle, Maybell.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nichelle, Maybell. Good morning to you.
Absolutely. We got goodness, ERGJ.
Evan Jefferson's in the house. Shout out again to Evan Jefferson. He showed people how to make money today. He says, spend $175. You get these 12 sets of sheets. Sell them for this amount here. You net $185. Okay.
Not 185.
Or something like that.
360.
Okay. But he spelled it out easily.
Yeah.
Okay. Easily. And he did it like in a flyer. I mean, goodness gracious. 2 sentences, 3 sentences.
Quick and easy. Buy it and resell it. That's all.
Done.
That's all. And then re-up.
And re-up, yes.
That's it.
And the classic book, The Greatest Sales in the World, the guy that wanted to learn how to sell, he gave him one fine robe. Take this one fine robe to Bethlehem, where everybody goes to shop. Sell that one fine robe, and after you do that, then I will teach you. Okay? You got to do some stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Dr. Beverly is here.
Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Hey, Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way.
Miss
Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
Good morning, Craigside.
1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your knees.
And you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze. And he also has the logo, Craig. Let me borrow your VCR so I could dub a tape.
See how much better that is?
No, it doesn't make a difference.
It makes the difference.
It makes no difference at all.
It makes all the difference. Brother Mark Greer.
Mark Greer has a jam too. And it goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under a hat.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now.
Good morning, William.
Wait a minute. Didn't William tell us that he didn't want his jam after Mark Greer's jam or something like that?
No, you're ridiculous.
Too late. That's how it fell today. But William Brown jam goes like this. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Actually, that was John that told us that.
Who?
John Smalls.
Oh,
John is in the house. He didn't want his jam after Mark or Bill's jam.
Or Bill. He didn't want to be before. Whatever, you just got to get in the building before, because we do them in order. Shirley says, welcome back to Nichelle Bowe. And Dr. Deborah says she got home early. She got home yesterday. She'll have to teach her mother how to watch the show when she is not there.
Yeah, or
amen.
She'll be like my mother, watch it at night. My mother watches our show. And at night for my mother, it's like 3 p.m. Okay.
That's almost night for me too.
My mom, I tell you, I got one of those mothers, man. She loves when people come to visit her, okay?
But when she's finished with the visit,
it's done. I don't care what you do. She's up and out.
It's done. Oh, okay. I'm going to bed now.
It's 3:00. I'll see y'all. Thanks for coming. Y'all could be in the throes of whatever. It doesn't matter.
Conversation.
Doesn't matter. She's checked out. That's the end of the game.
But we appreciate you joining with us today. We are always enjoying Wisdom Wednesdays. We thank you to Brother Mark for your unique submission today. Be you. Continue to hold it to your heart.
Still got 4 or 5 minutes, baby.
Continue to hold it in your heart and be you.
Keep thinking about advice you would give your 21-year-old self. And here's what I thought was going to be the punchline today. It didn't work out that way. I thought after we all contributed the advice we'd give our 21-year-old self, I thought maybe some of us or maybe all of us would come to the conclusion, why don't we start now doing these things? Like today, as if we was 21. Whatever it is, advice that we would have gave, whatever it is that we're not doing, why not just do it now?
I wonder if there's some constraints to that.
Like what?
I don't know. Well, like one of yours is to save and invest money. There's some constraints to that because there's time constraints on that.
Well,
because money is most successful with compound interest.
Yes, compound interest, the eighth wonder of the world. So the time constraint would be the compound interest won't take effect nearly as well as it would have been if I had started in my 20s. However, any of those constraints, any other constraint or anything else, I believe can be resolved with creativity and with imagination.
Absolutely.
If you put your creativity to it or imagination to most problems, they can be resolved. And even the great T.D. Jakes quote, he's got a lot of them, but one of the ones that sticks close to my heart is, If you have a problem that can be solved by a man or money, you don't have a problem. Boy, when I got a hold of that, it made me realize, wait a minute, this is a problem that can be fixed by money. Because there's some problems that can't be fixed even with by money or man. Sicknesses, injuries. Money and man can't fix that. Loss. Money and man can't bring a person back. Okay. So those are real problems. Okay.
Shirley said I did something different today. I did Zumba
at 6 a.m. What? Ask God to help, whatever those challenges are. That's right, Sister Barbara.
Absolutely.
But that meant something to me when I got a hold to that. And do you believe it to be true, Lisa?
I would like to say I believe it to be true, yes.
You can say it if you want to. You don't have to say it. You can just say it. I hope you have a good day coming up. I have one of those days. Now, again, I help people to sell themselves and their services better. I'm a sales coach. I am the king of the conference room. So I love to go to a conference room. That's my comfort zone. And I'm also the entrepreneur's sales manager. Now I'm also a 6-time author. I've written the book, The Shortcut, The Fastest Route to Selling Your Services. I wrote the book, Asking for the Money, How Anyone Can Close More Sales Than Even You. I wrote the Not Just for Children's book, Why Rhinos Make Great Salespeople, featuring Mr. Randall the Rhino. I wrote a workbook for the book, The Shortcut. And just now, that will be launching very soon. They're completed. In less than 30 days, will be public. We've done another version of Mr. Randall's book, Why Rhinos Make Great Entrepreneurs, not salesmen, why Rhinos Make Great Entrepreneurs. And the book 932, I'm going to call it the classic book 932, is out. It will be out soon. We're just waiting for the forward still. 9 most important words, the 3 most important skills, and the 2 most important questions of life. Those are my works that I put out there. With all that being said, that I'm doing and do. I had a point. Oh, I don't know where I was going with it, but I want to let you know that too. Maybe it was going to be a good one too, baby.
It was going to be good.
It was going to be good. I talked too much.
Yes, you did. It was too many compound principles on top of each other.
Yeah, and so I couldn't get to the punchline. I'm probably the only one, Miss Shirley. I'm probably the only one who started down a verbal path and didn't figure out where they wanted to go. Lost track of where they wanted to go. Maybe I'm the only one.
Lost in the woods. Lost in the woods. Don't know where to go.
Oh, yeah, here's where I was going with it. So with that being said, I am so grateful that today is one of those days where my calendar is full of work that I'm doing that I set out to do. I got clients booked today throughout the day with the kind of work that I want to do in my life, and I'm grateful for that.
Amen. I'm grateful. Bill said, I was waiting, Brian.
That's what I wanted to say, Bill.
Yeah, who's waiting for that?
The day ahead of me is amazing. So starting it off with you guys, and then I'm going to have, short break. Right after this, I'm going to have a short break, and then I get into my day. I'm excited about it.
Amen. Hope that you can find something to be excited about for your day too. We look forward to coming back in here tomorrow for Thursday, Thoughtful Thursday. We look forward to bringing you something that we can all chop it up about. Let's get it in.
If you're on here and you're not my Facebook friend, I lost my Facebook on Sunday, Mother's Day. Reconnect with me, please, on Facebook, Brian K. McNeill. Reconnect with me.
Shirley says, looking forward to 932. Evan is excited. Thank you for your excitement. Make sure that you share, like, and if you're watching us on YouTube, or if you have not signed up with us on YouTube, go to theempowermentduo.com and click the YouTube subscription link.
Evan, thank you very much. Evan is a center of influence. Evan made a post in his group, the Black Billionaires Club. If you're in insurance sales, connect with Brian immediately. He just made a post. He chose to do it. He didn't ask me, could he do it? I didn't give him any permissions, and I didn't ask him to do it. He decided to make that post. He made that post. A couple of people responded to it right away, and one person's already scheduled an appointment. It's that fast. You have a center of influence too. So if there's somebody that you would recommend, it'd be a nice thing to do that. Make that recommendation, because you don't know who in your circle needs what your friend has to offer right now.
Right now.
So thank you, Evan, for that.
And we look forward to seeing you on tomorrow. And don't forget to have sex.